Okay.
Rav Ashi Amar Mishum Davile Dover Sheyesh Lo Matirin. After Shabbos or Yontif, there is no Isser anymore to carry this anywhere. So there is no Isser anymore. So it's something that has a matir. And one of the principles of Bittul, just like Dover Choshuv, Beria, Royally Skabe, certain things you cannot be Mizbatel. This is also something, Dover Sheyesh Lo Matirin. Dover Sheyesh Lo Matirin, I feel Belef Loibot. Rav Yudah pointed b'mayim. Rav Yudah said, water doesn't have a tchum, but salt does. Mayim in melach lo. V'atani we don't mayim umelach betelin. Bein bisa bein bigdera. Rav Yudah says that mayim umelach is the same. It bottle and therefore doesn't have a tchum. So it depends. Like kasha habe melach's doimis, which is a very thin type of salt, that gets bottle. Habe melach is stroikines, which is stronger. I v'atani Rav Yudah mayim umelach betelin beisa vein betelin bigdera. There's another statement of Rav Yudah that says it's not bottle in the Kedera. It depends. If the tafshil is very thick, we don't see the roitiv in it. So then it's bottle. But if it's thin, you can see the roitiv, then the mayim and the melach are not bottle in it. Mishnah. Hagachelet kiragle abaylim. Coal can go to wherever the bailim go. A flame has no mamashus. There's no mass, or it's not considered that anything's there. Therefore, it doesn't have any restriction. Similarly, gachelet shel hegdish moyalimbo. If you benefit from a coal that belongs to hegdish, you're chayv mila. V'shaleves meikar adin. There's no. It's not got no mamashus. Chachamim make a gzeira loinanin lechatchila. But there's certainly no me'il. If you take a coal and Rishus Harabim, you're chai for carrying. But if you carry a flame, you're potter. Coals go to the tchum of the owner. Shaleves b'chol makom is not restricted because it says no mamoshus. Gachelet shalegdish moyalin ba v'shaleves loinenin v'lomal, like our Mishnah. Gachelet shalavodah zara asura, like anything avodah zara, but v'shaleves mutter because there's no mamoshus. Hamotzi gachelet shusarabim chai v'shaleves potter. Hamudu anom mechaver, if I take a neder that I'm not going to benefit from Chaim Yankel, also I can't benefit from Chaim Yankel's coal. But mutter b'shalevto, because it's not a mamashus thing. So ma'ishta shaleves avodah zara desharya. Why by avodah zara the gachelet is osir? U'ma'ishta de hegdish. No, the flame of avodah zara is permitted, and the flame of the hegdish we make a gzeira. That we don't l'chatchila, you can do it, but we make a gzeira you can't. So avodah zara to me isur b'dilei nishminei. Jews stay away from avodah zara. Lo gazer v'erbanan. Chacham don't have to make a gzeira, so they permit it. Hegdish lo imaz lo b'dilei nishminei. People don't stay away from hegdish gazer v'erbanan. Hamotzi gachel shazarabim chayiv shaleves potter. V'atayim hamotzi shaleves kol shu chayiv. There's another brayso that says if you carry a flame, you're chayiv. Amrav sheizu kon shotziu b'kisim. The flame was attached to a toothpick. So that's why you're chayiv. V'tepik mishum kisim. Yeah, but what do you mean? But you're not. When it says hamotzi shaleves kol shu chayiv, so then you're not chayiv for the shaleves. You're chayiv for the kisim. But the less like shiura, we're talking about there was no shiur kisim, but now you're chayiv for the flame. This not moitzi eitzim, because there's a shiur for wood. K'dei lavashel beis kalo. How much wood you need to cook an egg? Abaya Omar, you smeared some oil on a kli, and it got lit with fire. And that's the shaleva that you carried. Yeah, but then again the Gemara asks for tebek lemishumana, but you carried the kli. So b'chaspa, it's a piece of clay, which is a broken kli, so you wouldn't be chai for the kli. Tebek lemishum chaspa. Yeah, but it is you're still carrying something. But the less like shiura. It's not cheres kedelitin ben patzim l'chavir. The cheres also has a shir on Shabbos, how much you have to carry in order to be chayiv. Di Rabbi Yehuda. Elahad is not a motzi shalavis poter echim mishkachos lo. Fine. You gave me all. So how will you ever have a case of a motzi shalavis that you'll be poter? To go into adya adli, you threw a flame into Rosh Hashanah. And it didn't grab onto anything. So in such a case, you'd potter because you didn't throw anything because the flame doesn't have mamashus. Mishnah. Bor shel yochid karagle yochid. You have a water cistern, and you draw water from there. You can take the water to wherever the owner of the bore can go. Now, v'shalan shei osayir, if the bore belongs to the city, it's karagle on shayir. V'shal oile bavel. There were wells set up for the pilgrims to get water when they came up aliyah l'regel. Any man that takes it, he goes to his. There's no. It's karagle hamamale. It's whoever fills it up, it goes to him. Ramile Rav Nachman Tanan Borshel Yochid karagle Yochid. V'reminu naros hamoshlim ma'ones noivim. If a Yachid owns a bubbling spring, in our Mishnah, when I talk about Borshel Yachid, Karagla Yachid, that's gathered water, not spring water. Then we said, Vishaloli Bavel Karagla Mamale. Itmar, Mile Venosan Lachavero. Somebody filled up from one of these public boyers and gave it to his friend. It's the friend, whoever has the water now. No, it's whoever filled it up. What's the machlokes? The bore is not owned by anybody, it's hefker. Then therefore, whoever took the mayim, it's his schus. And then even if I give it to somebody else, it's considered like the one who filled it. This kind of bore belongs to everybody. They're like partners. Kol Yisrael shutafim bo. So if I give it to my friend, it's as if my friend filled it up, because we're all shutafim. Eisver of Nachman, Hareni alecha cherem. I say to my friend, everything that you want will be cherem to me. Hamuder also. That guy, I can't benefit from any of his items. If I say to him, Areata alai cherem, you are going to be cherem to me, then hanoider also, he can't benefit from me. If I say, Hareni alecha v'ata alai, you on me and me on you, shneim asrim zeh b'zeh. However, mutar b'shalolei bavel, they would be permitted to take from the olei bavel. Rashi says, Sh'osu bnei agola, l'fi shivkir l'chol Yisrael v'nosu lehem. They made it hefker, and all of Yisrael owns it. Not that they're going to be partners, to be able to be aser me on you. I can't aser you on you. V'aser b'shel oiso ha'ir. The people who live there, because they are considered partners, but not the rest of Klal Yisrael. Now, elu ein dvarim shel olei bavel. What are considered the public domain? Harabayis, halishkos azoros, ubor shalem tzadderach. Ve'elu ein shel oiso ha'ir. Harachol v'beis hakneses v'beis hamerchetz. V'yamid bir yishutafihu. Now, if you say that this kind of bor is shutah, am I mutter? Why would it be mutar b'shel olei bavel? Vatnan ashutafim shenadru anazev is certainly kanes lechatzer lechatz babor. So you wouldn't be able to go wash there. Oh, lirchatz achanami. Because there you use all the water. But v'hoch ma'askin lamalois. Here we're talking about putting your pail in and filling it up. Mar dididei come amalei, mar dididei come. Each one fills up his own. But lirchatz, we have to use the whole water. That you could say would be asr. Now, by saying that when you fill it up, it's huvra adar l'mafred, that was yours all along. So Rav Nachman yesh breira. You have to imply that Rav Nachman holds of breira. I'll show you that Rav Nachman doesn't hold of breira, but not ha'achim ashutafim, brothers that are partners. Kishachayavin bekalboin. You have to add to the Machtis HaShekel a kalboin, a little coin, for the expenses. They wouldn't have to give Meiser Behema because their din is going to be like other Shutafim. However, if they're not Shutafim, if when they inherited their father's estate, Chayav Meiser Behema, because really they didn't divide up the assets, and it's considered like one estate, then P'turim not Kalbon, because when they give as one estate, they don't have to give the Kalbon. That's if when the brothers divided, you took so many goats for my sheep. Goats versus but if you took 10 goats and I took 10 goats. Each one can say, these were mine from the beginning. However, Rav Nachman Amar, because he doesn't know the Breira. So how do you fill up the water and it's not asers on each other? It's not a bore that belongs to everybody. It's hefker. If I pick something up to be mezakah somebody else, does that work? Mar savar kana, mar savar loy kana. And therefore, that's why one hold that when I pick it up and give the pail to him, it's considered like his. Versus if it's not kana, then the guy who filled up the pail, it's considered his. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, tomorrow night we'll learn at 7:30, and Mirz Hashem we will finish the Masechta.
Sure.